Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for January 19th to the 31st. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you know we are going to jump right in. We're going all the way to the end of the month. So I want you to, go get a bucket of popcorn, go grab a Coke Zero, Zima, whatever you need, because if you saw your January forecast, you know that the last half of the month, it does come with a disclaimer, especially for you, right? There's a lot that's going to be happening. It's very animated. It can be overwhelming. I mean, welcome to Bonkersville. It is definitely going to be a pivotal moment on your spiritual journey. All right. There are alignments. There's aspects that we've never experienced in our lifetime. And there are many that will be the last of our lifetime. So I really want to make sure that you understand what's happening the last 2 weeks, because it is going to be life-changing, and it's going to be perhaps a little mysterious for you. And I'll let you know why, but usually, if you're a subscriber, you know that I leave the asterisk for the best aspects, but there are none, because there are no challenging aspects. And yes, there's a lot more on the back here, but no challenging aspects, only really potent ones. So it's a matter of how you use them, okay? We are at a moment in time where the energy is like a crescendo, yeah? Aspects is getting mightier and louder, meaning you're getting more worked up and motivated, like you are on the dance floor at a bar mitzvah with the DJ playing that rave song that you love, and it's building and it's building. You already kicked off your heels. You know that bass drop is coming, all right? That's what this is going to feel like, especially the first week. You're going to feel it in your gut. You're going to feel it. You already are. You know that something's building, and it's building. You know your life is on the brink of dramatic change, especially on Monday, January 19th, which I'm calling the flashpoint. Now, since I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week begins, happy Martin Luther King Day, okay, if you live in the U.S., but also don't forget Sunday the 18th, that gigantic new moon in Capricorn. Yeah? The energy of that is going to be cast strongly over the week. In fact, all of it, the end of January, okay? It was a Saturn-ruled new moon. And as you know, Saturn is life lesson. Saturn is karma. You still got Mars in Capricorn. The moon is waxing. There's something forming. And as you know, if you saw your last week's reading, Capricorn rules your 7th house of partnerships and love and marriage and relationships, and it can be business, it can be work, personal relationships, your relationship with your sister, your mother-in-law. It doesn't matter, okay? Your Uber driver, doesn't matter, wherever that energy is, but there is something new brewing and forming. So please plant those seeds and set bold intentions, put wheels in motion for new beginnings, literally with this new season on the 19th. As we enter Aquarius season, yes, you will feel a great shift. Now, Capricorn energy, because you're still going to be feeling some of it, right? It's mature, right? Capricorn energy is grounded. It's old bones. It's old soul. It's traditions. Aquarius energy is very forward thinking. It's innovative. It's rebellious. It's the future. Capricorn says, well, I'm going to do things the old way. I'm going to follow the rules. Aquarius is like, nope, F that. We're going to change the system. We're going to disrupt things. So at this juncture, you are going to start seeing, and you probably already have, the old world crumbling. Your old world crumbling. Your new self adapting to this new era, this brand new era that I've talked about all last year. So Capricorn energy, yeah, sure, you can consider it like boomer energy. Aquarius, more Gen Z, but they're both Saturn ruled, and Saturn is reality. So you have the best of both worlds, all right? And this day on Monday, This would be that exact moment that you are on the dance floor at the bar mitzvah when the bass drops. So all this Aquarius energy is going to rush through your bloodstream. You're going to feel this kick of endorphins because two things here. A, all the hard work and effort that you put in Capricorn energy, you're going to start seeing it pay off, okay? You're going to see the payoff. And two, Aquarius rules your 8th house. And the 8th house is deep. The 8th house is death and rebirth. It's transformation, it's regeneration. That's why I said there's a sense of mystery. You are transforming. This is caterpillar to butterfly. The only thing is you don't know how that butterfly is going to turn out. You are the one in control. Yeah? So either way, you are about to go through one of your most transformative periods of the year, and your focus will be on progress and liberation and your future, you doing you, marching to your own drumbeat for the greater good. That is Aquarius energy. Aquarius rules humanity, the collective. So for the next 4 weeks, especially the end of January, with this rare lineup, don't forget, we have a 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius that, we'll get to. You will experience, and you will definitely have one of the greatest change of all of 2026 already. We haven't even gone into the second month. You are going to experience change like you never have. And a lot of it was going to have to do with relationships, whether it's business partners, investors, maybe it's your lover, money as well. Okay? Money is going to be a big thing here. And when I say money, I'm talking more about, shared resources, investments, and inheritance, bonuses, commissions, and royalties, and taxes, and loans. There's paperwork you got to do. You got to be doing some paperwork, okay? So just keep that in mind, because Aquarius energy is when you become the change. You dare to think different, yeah? And again, Aquarius rules your 8th house. So there's a level of intimacy here as well that's going to be under the spotlight, yeah? As well as your legacy. And the fact that Pluto is in Aquarius, and just wait till we get to the back. Pluto natively rules your 5th, so it should actually be kind of fun for you. There is intensity with Pluto. There's intensity with the 8th house, but the 5th house, which Pluto rules, right? Your 5th, natively rules your 5th. That's joy and fun and pleasure. It's true love and romance and family and children and creativity, creative projects, self-expression, procreation, sex. 8th house is sex. 5th house is sex. There's a thing here with intimacy and sex, right? For you for the next 4 weeks. Anyway, a lot of y'all are having babies too. Congratulations. Now, here's the thing. The stack of aspects on Monday, Cancer. Not only will we never have this again in our lifetime, we already had a minor grand trine on Sunday with a new moon. That's in your last week's reading. Today, on Monday, we have another minor grand trine. All right? So we got back-to-back bursts of potential. You got an exalted Mars still in Capricorn, sextiling Saturn in Pisces. Yeah? So Mars sextile Saturn, right? You got Saturn sextile Uranus in Taurus. You have Mars trine Uranus. There's your mini grand trine. There's your pyramid. It's all happening. These aspects at 27 degrees exact. What are the chances? This is harmonics. This is sacred geometry. This is something bigger than what we could ever perceive. Saturn, the ruler of both Capricorn and Aquarius at the apex. So there is this level of authority here. Plenty of opportunities and breakthroughs for you with these two sextiles here in Saturn in Pisces. That is your 9th house. That's your belief system. That's your worldview. It's spirituality. The 9th house is the house of the gods. This is you imparting wisdom. This is you really doing anything. Like going back to school. A lot of y'all going back to school. Ninth house is higher learning, but it's also higher mind. So your philosophies as well. So a lot of y'all are also going to be the teachers, right? You're going to be educating others. Ninth house is also travel. A lot of y'all are going to be traveling long distance, working with people overseas, over shores, all of that. Okay. Ninth house is also publishing. Y'all been working on books. You have the North Node here all year. You've had Saturn here for 2 years. Yeah? You're working on books or starting a podcast. Ninth house is broadcasting. So a lot of big things here for you. A lot of great big things for you. All right? So when I say you've got, by the way, and Uranus, right? Uranus is active. You got Uranus and Taurus in your 11th house of your future hopes and aspirations and goals, long-term goals, as well as your social network and your support system, benefactors and allies. It's how you connect with others. So Uranus, the planet of change, Aquarius is modern ruler, right? Because Aquarius has 2 rulers, Saturn and Uranus. Yeah, they're in a sextile. When I say this is one heck of a new beginning, you have the ramp of this new moon with a last of its kind mini grand trine, back to back with another one, and a never before experienced 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius to come. And this is just on day 1, on the 19th. And oh, by the way, yeah, 1 + 9 = 10, and that's a 1. New beginning. Please do not weekend at Bernie's this day. Be present in the motion, be fully committed to your future self, and take action, because Mars, the planet of action, will sextile Saturn. This only happens every 2 years. This is rare. When you get the 2 malefic planets working together in your favor, rolling up their sleeves, this is endurance and willpower. This is being the most proactive you've ever been for your long-term goals and dreams, for relationships and partnerships and traveling the world together, and business partners, working with people overseas and educating. This is your grit at its highest frequency. You got Mars trine Uranus as well. This only happens once a year. This is your wake-up call. This is Uranus, the great awakener. This is you feeling driven for dramatic change, okay? And your 11th, you are definitely going to have some moments with some friendships and groups and organizations. Friends could become lovers. Lovers could become friends. You never know with Uranus, the planet of the unexpected. But either way, this is driving something unique and different, and this is bringing change into your life. And then you've got Saturn sextile Uranus. The last time this happened was the mid-1990s. You got mail. That's correct. That's when the internet was a thing. It came out. But this is Saturn sextile Uranus, okay? So again, rulers of Aquarius. Aquarius rules technology, by the way. That's a whole thing that we'll talk about, but in astrology, this is father and son. And this aspect supports your long-term goals and achievements that you're seeking and breakthroughs. It's Uranus, it's your awakening, it's innovation, it's sudden, revolutionary, yet sustainable change you choose to create for your ambitions and your dreams, and new systems that you're implementing and initiating. So yes, this is 3 areas of your life that's impacted here. Remember, Saturn is reality checks, but he's commitments too. And he is the ruler of Capricorn, where you got Mars in your 7th house of commitments. So you are steering the ship here. And as I said, Mars in Capricorn, this is it, right? Mars is going to move into Aquarius soon. But Mars in Capricorn is very grounding. You're about to enter a period, the next 2 weeks, that's overstimulation, that's urgency, the world moving fast around you, possible burnout energy. So please use this aspect. Ground yourself. You do well, your water sign. You do well with this Earth, Mars, and Capricorn, okay? Have full self-awareness for what you want and who you are, because that same day, yeah, we're not even done. We're still on Monday. You've got Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius at 3 degrees. So this is stimulating. This is electric and magnetic. And this is when you feel this willingness to change. Pluto is, once again, transformation, regeneration. You got Venus and Pluto conjunct in your 8th house of transformation and regeneration. You and no one else, Cancer. This is just you. Pluto has entered the building. All right? You, this is Venus and Pluto. You in your 8th house. 8th house is love and money, but like intense, deep, right? You got Venus and Pluto, planets of love and money, in your 8th house of love and money. You are going to have intense feelings and depth and activity with love and money, but also power and your values and everything I said earlier, your investments, right? But it's in Aquarius. This is thinking outside the box. And also, remember, Pluto natively rules your 5th of relationships and true love and soulmate energy. So there is so much happening here for you. And even if you're not here for love or money, it's creative projects, it's recreation, it's hobbies, it's you having fun intensely, like you really into that game of kickball. But please circle this day in your calendar. This is a big day. This is a big day. It deserves its own Netflix series, okay? And even though we're only 5, actually not even 5, we're just a few days away from the 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius, you have a stellium in Aquarius this day. You've got Venus, you got the Sun, you got Pluto, and the Moon, your ruler. So you will feel this day enormously, okay? There's something here asking you to transform and to evolve. And a lot of it has to do with love and money, okay, in your future. But on Tuesday, January 20th, well, Mercury will sextile Neptune. We'll talk about that later. But Mercury then moves into Aquarius. They have a 5-planet stellium in Aquarius. And Mercury in Aquarius, this is very original, authentic, intelligent, forward-thinking. This is ahead of the curve. You've got the planet of the mind in the sign of the future. This can be cerebral, but for you, it can be very psychological, okay? Because we'll talk about it in a second. It's in your 8th house, but we'll talk about the conjunction. Either way, this is you really, really thinking about your future in this hyper-focused way. Mercury's actually considered exalted in Aquarius, so it's actually really, really good. It just happens to be in your 8th house where there's 5 conjunctions here, all right? And again, we're not even, with this just, like, we're just getting started, but you still have 5 planets in Aquarius, so you are going to feel charged up about your future, especially when it comes to love and money and relationships, but also business, also entrepreneurship, also creative projects, also freeness, freedom, liberation, rebellion, the greater good. This is Ethan Hawke at the end of Dead Poet Society, standing on his desk saying, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." And this isn't a typical Mercury in Aquarius ingress, because Wednesday, January 21st, you got the Sun conjunct Mercury. So right off the bat, you have a Mercury gazimi. This is your intelligent mind getting a rebirth, a refresh, an upgrade. You are going to have epiphanies, wake-up calls, just in time for Thursday, January 22nd, when you do have the Mercury-Pluto conjunction, all right, at 3 degrees. So you essentially, you see what's happening now. Triple conjunction. The Sun conjunct Mercury, Venus conjunct Pluto, and you've got Mercury conjunct Pluto as well. So that's you like buckle up, all right? You're no longer driving in a comfort zone or echo mode, or, you know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't even matter if you're 20 or 30 or 70 or 80. Things are about to get real, all right? Pluto's entered the building, all right? This is forward momentum like you never seen. It's not about whether you go slow or fast either. It's how you navigate the rest of the month. But here with Mercury conjunct Pluto, this is Queen's Gambit level thinking, Mercury, right? Merging his energies with the planet that digs deep and excavates and investigates, Pluto. Remember, he's ruler of the underworld. So this is deeply psychological. This is forensic. This is probing. This is secrets coming to the surface. I told you the 8th house has a sense of mystery. Now, when you got Mercury, the planet of the mind, with the Pluto, which goes really deep, truths will come to the surface. This is you being honest with yourself in every single way. No stone unturned, okay? And this requires the deepest level of self-love. This is a day when you got Mercury conjunct Pluto, you will, in your 8th house, you will have intense conversations. Relationships, your partner, your significant other, business partners, investors, things like that. Your boss, CEO, it doesn't matter. It's your 8th house, right? So again, this is all about securing your legacy, all about your future, all about your future investments as well, whether it is relationship, whether it is career, money, whatever it is. There's a lot of that 5th house energy that's brought in naturally, okay? So, a creative time for you, but also really deep thoughts you may have. You're coming after Mercury Cazimi. You're going to be clear-headed. You're going to have confidence. But this day, it's very likely words will be exchanged. Truths will be revealed. There will be some disclosure. Remember that Aquarius energy is, forward thinking, but it's also very rebellious and does its own thing. So be very mindful. This is very potent when you've got a triple Cazimi. Words with this can be sticks and stones, right? So be responsive, not reactive. Remember, everything is energy, vibration, frequency, your thoughts, the words that you speak, the inflection in your voice. So be very mindful here. This is where you want to be in the moment and just be in touch with your higher mind. Yeah, you already got Saturn active, okay? Your future self is watching you right now. What reality do you want to create for that future self? Because it's happening conveniently. This aspect at the same time, well, Mars will sextile Neptune. We'll talk about that later, but Friday, January 23rd, you've got the Sun conjunct Pluto. You have the Pluto Cazimi. So, you know how in the early half of January, you had the Mars Cazimi, you had Venus Cazimi, you had all those Cazimis. You just had Mercury Cazimi. Now you have the planet of death and rebirth literally having its own death and rebirth with the Pluto Cazimi. All right? Why is this a big deal? Because out of all the signs, Cancer, it's in your 8th house, Pluto's home. Okay? This is deeply penetrating. This is commanding. This has a lot of depth to it. And it's the sun, this life force, the reason 8 billion people on this planet are alive, merging its energy with the planet of transformation, the ruler of the underworld, by the way, in the sign of the 8 billion people on this planet. This is very interesting for you. And when I say truths coming to the surface, there's going to be a lot of things come to light around this time for you. And when I said in your annual 2026 forecast that you will be adapting to change happening around you, well, you inevitably become part of that change. And this is a day where you ask yourself, what is best for me? What do I do to become the best version of myself? What are the changes that I need to make? Because this is all about you on an individual level. Seeing any blind spots. Yeah, the sun is bright, right? And with Pluto, which is the darkness. So there's going to be a lot of things that come to the surface for you on your path to enlightenment. What makes you authentically you? This is your personal journey. Yeah? And like I said in your January forecast, this is all about truth. Yeah, this aspect, it's your truth. It's standing for truth. If you can handle the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth sets you free, okay? And yes, this means being honest with yourself about relationships, about job, about money, about intimacy, all of that. This is a day where forces beyond our control, it's Pluto, yeah, may push you to face something you've been avoiding. Remember, Pluto, eighth house, shadow work, shadow work. So this is why it's great that it's happening in Aquarius, because Aquarius, again, is all about freedom. And so you can be your authentic self. This is visibility, it's empowerment, it's the cracking of the egg for your death and rebirth, your identity reset, but also relationship reset, money reset. Yeah, all of that. This is the new, stronger you for the new world, the new reality, the new timeline that you're creating. Okay? Change is the only constant in this world. And the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Thank you, Socrates. And wow, look at the boost that you're going to receive on this day with Mars moving into Aquarius at 0 degrees, right? Where that pure potential exists. So, Cancer, here is your 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. You got Mars, Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, all between 0 to 7 degrees, okay? Those early degrees of new beginnings. Never in our lifetime have we experienced this cosmic symphony. The last time, remember, it's been 250 years since Pluto's been in Aquarius, but 2 years ago, we did have Mars in Aquarius. That's the last time Mars was in Aquarius. Last time Mars was in your 8th house. What makes this even more deeper is that Mars happens to be Scorpio's ruler. So you've got the planet Mars, Scorpio's ruler, in your 8th house. Scorpio's home. Because Scorpio, like Aquarius, has 2 rulers. Scorpio's rulers are Mars, its traditional ruler, and Pluto, modern ruler. We will talk about Mars conjunct Pluto. Don't worry, we'll get there. So you can see how this is big. This is really, really big for you, Cancer. Okay? And again, it's how you use this energy. If you want to think about the first 2 weeks of February 2024, around that time, Pluto just happened to peek into Aquarius for a hot second. Yeah. And so therefore Mars was, with Pluto, but very briefly. You might have a little bit of an idea because I was in Aquarius, all right, your 8th house. This is very different. It's a 5-planet conjunction with a reborn Pluto. This is a seismic shift. Now, with the planet of action and determination in the sign of the future, and freedom and individuality, but also your 8th of transformation. You're not going to want change. You're going to demand it. You're going to fight for it. This is Mars. All right? So keep that in mind. There may be some career matters that come up around this time too, because the moon will be in Aries, sextiling Mars. Yeah? That pioneering spirit, that this is a big emotional initiation. You're done with the small things. You're done. You got big things that you need, that you're moving toward. But please take some time, because this is really deep. 8th house is really deep. Your body is going to be like a circuit breaker with these 5 conjunctions. Do some stretching, some breath work, some gardening, some weed whacking, doing some mime, clown work, whatever you need to do. But most importantly, be honest with yourself, okay, about the changes that you need and that you desire for this brand new era. Remember, change, that's non-negotiable. That's what's happening here. You will experience circumstances where you will have to be the snake shedding skin, the phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? Pluto is in the building. And remember, this is death and rebirth. You can't have that rebirth part until you have that death part. So there's got to be parts of you that you're going to leave behind in 2025. And yes, Mars will be here until March 1st. So don't worry, I got you. And this is great. But anyway, you will definitely have really big moments of what's really meaningful in my life. What brings that depth that I desire? And what do I want for my future? Okay. Now, Tuesday, January 20th is when we have Mercury sextile Neptune. Thursday, January 22nd, Mars sextile Neptune. Both in Pisces, both at 29 degrees. So those 2 days are just the peak days, all right? Of those aspects. You're going to feel both of those aspects strongly throughout the week. Mercury sextile Neptune, whoa, that's saying, yep, I got a vision of what I'm meant to be, what I'm meant to do. Mars sextile Neptune, that's you taking action for it, okay? Pursuing your ideals, your vision, yeah? Neptune is vision board, right? All of that in the sign of the vision, well, now, but before, in Pisces, it is your 9th house, which is your perspective, the way that you see things, your philosophy, so your spiritual vision. So Mars will help you implement them, okay? But the big thing here is that these aspects are both at 29 degrees. The critical anaretic degree, the 29 degrees, right? The graduation, but 29 degrees Pisces. So this is the last degree in the last sign of the zodiac. This is truly the end of an era, end of a cycle. A major rebirth is happening for you right now. Pisces energy is healing, and it happens to be very spiritual. And again, rules your 9th house of spirituality. So you are going to have this spiritual detox, emotional purging, spiritual awakening. This is you engaging with your chi, your chakras, your prana, your kundalini, flow state, hemisync, connecting with the ether. You doing the a peace sign in a selfie, because Neptune is, rules photography, by the way. But truly the end of an era for a new one. Now, Saturday, January 24th, Juno will connect with the nodes of fate, just like the other planets have been doing that. So, congratulations, a lot of you are getting married, thinking about getting married, or getting married. You got Juno in Capricorn, your 7th. Of love and marriage and partnerships. If you're not here for marriage, there's, business partners, all of that. But even still, you got Juno, this divine feminine asteroid, Jupiter's wife. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, she's all about the balance of power in relationships. So the fact that Juno, Libra's asteroid, associated with the 7th house of love, marriage, and partnerships and relationships and contracts and agreements, that happens to be in Capricorn, your opposite sign, that rules that area of your chart. It just amplifies that energy here. She's negotiating on your behalf with the nodes of fate. So truly something special could be emerging around this time. You may be signing something, officiating, right? Now, Monday, January 26th, for the first time since 1861, Neptune will move into Aries, 0 degrees. So, you did get a preview. Neptune did go into Aries March 30th to October 22nd. What in last year, 2025? What happened for you when it came to leadership, when it came to new ventures, when it came to career and fame and your reputation? Because Aries rules your 10th house. So, I did a video on what you can expect with Neptune in Aries in your sign, Cancer. I'll leave it at the end of this video because we got time. Neptune's here for until 2039. All right? So this is just you and your fighting spirit, you channeling your inner compassionate, transcendent leader. You being a cardinal sign, just like Aries, but it's your 10th house. You're gonna be, there's stuff here. Well, again, we've got 14 years to talk about this, so we'll talk about it, but just start creating your new mantras, right? You're gonna see some shifts in not only career, but your reputation, how you're perceived, recognition, achievements, all of that, all right? But with all this Plutonian energy this week, yes, really, really stay strong to your self-belief, what you believe in. You're going to have to see the forest for the trees. There's going to be a lot happening. There's going to be a lot coming to the surface, okay? By the way, the moon will be exalted in Taurus this day, all right? It's going to be a first quarter moon that will sextile Jupiter in your sign. What a wonderful day. However, it will square Venus in Aquarius too. This is going to be a checkpoint for you. This is just so loaded in so many ways this day. You're definitely going to reassess your values. You're definitely going to have a big moment about your values and love and relationships and, all of that. There's got to be some things here, but it's you're going to be very motivated, all right? And you are in the year of the fire horse, a 1 year, the great awakening. You've tipped over into your brand new era, and there's no going back. We can't turn back time. Out with the old, in with the new, and from this point, you got 18 days, until Saturn moves into Aries, meaning Saturn and Neptune will conjunct starting, February 10th, and all the way up to February 20th. The day that they perfect at 0 degrees, Aries vortex, okay? The beginning of the beginning, the Great Reset. But before that, Tuesday, January 27th, you have the Great Disruptor. So, you've got Mars conjunct Pluto, the two most powerful planets. They meet up every 2 years in a conjunction. So we haven't had this in 2 years. And this is powerful. This is deep, raw power in the most rebellious sign and in your 8th house. That, again, is deep. It's intense. It's very psychological, and there's depth. The depth is limitless. All right? And remember, why are these two planets really powerful? They're Scorpio's rulers, and Scorpio has intensity. So this aspect, this conjunction is a particle accelerator. It's an amplifier. It's a twisted sister song. There is no way someone's going to steal your lunch money this day. This is you feeling so empowered. This is adrenaline. It's willpower. It's desire for all your passions, your transformation, your evolution. And this is physically, emotionally, sexually, mentally, spiritually, all of the above, especially part of your transformation in relationships, as well as money and your legacy. This is great, but remember, it's potent. It can be extreme. Pluto can be extreme. And Mars is like a laser. Mars is like a spear. Long hair don't care, right? So there can be some cutting cords. There can be some power struggles. This can be the spider bite to the superhero that you become. Or maybe you've seen The Boys on Amazon. So it works both ways. Yeah? This is the feeling of having nothing for so long to having everything in an instant, okay? So channel this energy with precision, handle it with care. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. Everything you do and you say have ripple effect. So go with the flow with the go. If it's too potent, see how things go, because this isn't standalone. It's part of a 5-planet conjunction, which is 5 times the power and the energy that you will feel this week. And as we know, energy needs to be discharged. So use this aspect. Don't let it use you. Own it. All right? This is the kind of moment someone can take your mic and say, I'm gonna let you talk, or it could be you. Or you could use this power for good. That's what it's meant for, right? It's an Aquarius for the greater good. This is you baking your famous angel cakes for the entire state of Alabama. Anyway, the interesting thing is that there is some restless energy with the moon in Gemini this day. The moon in Gemini will trine Pluto and Mars. Gemini rules the nervous system. Just happens to be the day that Mars conjuncts Pluto. Wow. So a lot of air activity, mental activity. All right. Now, January 28th, not even on the whiteboard, the most colossal, monumental day in all of history, my birthday, along with Jackson Pollock and Nick Carter. So, I want to take this time to thank you for all your kindness, all your support. I hope you know that doing your readings brings me so much joy. So thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. And if you do watch my live streams, yeah, which I'm going to be doing more of, then you may know of some of the experiences that I've been going through. If you know, you know. All right? If you know, you know. The 1 in trillion chance that I had 7 challenging, long form aspects like outer planets, right? That all converged the past 5-6 months. My natal chart. That was really intense. No human being would ever, I couldn't believe it. And so, anyway, thank you. It's been, I went through a lot of trauma. I went through a lot of grief. I went through blackouts. I went through physical therapy. My dog also. A lot of taking care of my dog. She's still in physical therapy. We're doing our best. Yeah, there were a lot of indescribable moments the past few months. I've never been involved in a federal crime case. The universe is so full of surprises. Anyway, I'm happy to report that half of those aspects have finally ended. Next week will be the last of one more. I'm really relieved, but also I want to just thank you for all your patience and kindness and support. Y'all are amazing. All right. And one last thing, actually, Thursday, January 29th, yeah, Mercury will conjunct Venus. You have another conjunction. Yeah. This one is their inner planets. It happens a little bit more frequently, but still in Aquarius. Okay. This is a little bit social. This brings diplomacy after all that intensity that you went through. Just know the last half of January, you are going to be moving the needle forward. But I do have to say Thursday, January 29th, the moon will be in your sign, Cancer. And this is going to be the first time you hear me say this. Well, actually, maybe not the first time, but the moon in your sign will square Neptune in Aries. So, what does that mean? There can be a little bit of confusion around this time. Neptune in Aries. Even the fact that you have like all the aspects with Neptune at the late degrees in your 9th house, there might be some confusion and moments that you have, even with legal matters. I mean, in the courts, all right? Law, this 9th house energy. But Friday, January 30th, the moon will conjunct Jupiter in your sign. So that's really sweet. Either way, by the end of the month, you are officially in the process of becoming this new brand you. All right. So if you are a cross watcher, by the way, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your girlfriend, your husband, your dog walker, it doesn't matter. All the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I'm going to throw in the fire signs, will feel all these conjunctions that's happening in Aquarius the most. Okay. Now, if you have any planets 0 to 4 degrees in any of those signs, mostly the air signs, buckle up. Those planets are going to be aspected. Yeah? Buckle up. Buckle up. Let's get started. Cancer, let's see what's going on for you for, last 2 weeks of January. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. January 19th to the 31st. Thank you. Cancer, y'all, come on. Come on. You're going to have, listen, there's just got to be a lot. You're going to have some intimate moments like 80s movies. Yeah. You know. If you know, you know, okay? You're going to have some big shifts in your life right off the bat. Let's get started. I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, yeah. You know we will. All right, so Cancer, let's do this. Yeah. You're gonna, you're gonna have some changes. But things are, listen, I would just slow down a little bit. There may be, yeah. You got the Page of Cups. Good for you. Go do it. Go pursue things. Pursue things where you know you are following your bliss. This is that new moon in Capricorn, that even the first day of January 19th, actually, January 19th, that's bringing in new energy, new people. It's you pursuing it too. It's the Page of Cups. He wears his heart on his sleeve. This is you again, just like bringing that. It's creative energy too, but cups, love and emotions and feelings and wonderment. But wow, there's something that's going to really move you as you enter the first 2 weeks. And it could be something that is just even, yes, relationships, again, really big theme for you. But it could be also something that is artistic, creative, something that is just really, like what I said earlier, when you're going to feel this rush of energy, like in your bloodstream, this Aquarius energy, that is your 8th house. You will feel it deeply, okay? But again, follow the new. Yeah? It's all about out with the old, in with the new. And whatever happens, whether it is a new relationship, renewal in a relationship, whether it is money matters, it doesn't even matter. Whatever is that new, right? That creative energy that's here as well, but also like work, career, whatever it is. Oh, things are going to happen really fast. All right? You got the 8 of Wands in the heart of your spread. We call this the arrows of love. If you are here for love and relationships, the wands are all about your passions. These are your passions. 8 wands just zipping through the air. There's only 2 cards in all of tarot where there's no person, no figure, no nothing. This is just swiftness. This is movement. This is things happening fast for you. Yeah? There's enthusiasm here. There's movement here. This is creative energy as well, but this is a lot of work and your career, profession, all of that as well, if you're here for that. But at the end of the day, our passions, like even with that Page of Cups, just things are going to feel like things are moving fast for you, but in a good way. Things are aligning for you. The wands are aligning in their happy place, in the air. All right, so I really love that for you. Now, you do have that 6 of Cups in your challenge area. There's Ruby. This is okay. 6 of Cups is attributed to Scorpio. Yep, it's a Scorpio card. It's actually Sun in Scorpio. So there is intense, deep, feel-good feelings with this card. It's all about sharing. It's kindness, feeling secure. There is this sense of nostalgia here as well, highly associated with a pastime. It is in your challenge area though. So the biggest thing when you look what's happening here is don't neglect those feelings of nostalgia, things that made you feel good, things that make you feel good, things that are from the past time. All right, we know that nostalgia is proven scientifically to improve mental health, self-improvement, all of that. All right, And the reason I say that is because there may be something that really inspires you from the past. Someone from the past coming up through. Now, the other thing is that there may be a moment in the next 2 weeks where there's a feeling where you don't feel supported. But I do have to say, it might be because things are happening really fast, okay? And the fact that you do have 5 planets in your 8th house where things are really deep. Let's see how fast we can do this, okay? So while that's happening, you do have the, in your crown, the 2 of Pentacles. And then on the 2 of Pentacles in your crown is the 2 of Pentacles. And so you've got, you're seeing in real life what happens every day for me. So this is going to be more common, just to let you know. It takes way too long for me to just stop the video, pick her up, bring her here. I have to do the edits. It takes way too long. So I'm just going to have to run and grab her whenever I need to run and grab her. Sometimes I don't see her leaving the room. She's not supposed to, right? Because she can't pick herself up. She's lost all the muscles in her back legs. 2 of Pentacles in your crown. But she's good. She's fine. 2 of Pentacles in your crown. You've got some decisions to make. Especially with, sure, there are Pentacles, money, job, career, investment. But this feels like something new. This feels like something new that you've moved into. Remember, Pentacles are your physical realm. And so there is something here where it can be relationships or jobs. Like, should I stay? Should I go? Can I handle both things? Like, I'm, the CEO of a company, but I fell in love for the first time. Things are moving really fast. I don't know what to do. So it really is more about prioritizing. Okay? And there is going to be something come through with that Ace of Pentacles in the root of your spread. And the aces, bring a new change, new opportunities, new beginnings, all of that. That's amazing. You're on this new path with money matters. Remember, you've got 5 planets in your 8th house. It has everything to do with investments and money. And again, there's something new happening here for sure. Yeah? Look at that. It's going to move really fast. But you do have the Tower in your future. So that's why I said things may be, moving really, really fast. But there also may be something here where it feels like you. I'm going to clarify that. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So the Tower, when people see it, they're like, oh, the Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Yeah? What comes after the Tower? The Star, right? So here's the thing. Sometimes the Tower has to fall. Like I said, you've got to go through your, snake shedding skin moment. You've got to go through your phoenix rising from the ashes. If that Tower doesn't fall, you can't see, right? You can't see what's on the other side. Now, when I said it feels like you, it feels like there's something here that's really great, really amazing that's happening for you. And there's just something in the way. And you have to just burn it down, build it up, right? Or you have to just make sure that this is part of your process, okay? The phoenix rising from the ashes. And so I don't mind it. You got that Page of Pentacles right after. I mean, look at all these pentacles. And so again, 2 pages too, by the way, but the Page of Pentacles coming after that Tower. Look at that opportunity that's coming through. So it seems like there may be something that you are going to do or you have to do. It's almost like, okay, well, I've looked at all my different options. And in order for me to prioritize, everything's moving fast for me. Something's about to land for me. Maybe it's a new job, new career, whatever it is. I've got to this has got to change, or I've got to make room for this by letting that go. And because I've tried to quit my job, but they won't let me go. They keep giving me raises. I'm just never going to go in, and that's the way that I'm going to quit. Or what, I mean? Like, there's going to be all this Aquarius energy, Mercury and Aquarius, again, original thinking outside the box. But Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, you're good. Remember, Pentacles are your physical realm as well. It can be something new, like a new job, like a new career, like a new relationship, that you're definitely, something is brewing here in this beautiful way. Let's get to your stuff. Cancer, y'all are amazing. Y'all, look at Ruby. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And we are, I love y'all. Well, let's do this. I can't. I was thinking that you were going to get other, you're good. You're going to get the, yep. Wow. Have you seen these many pentacles in a spread for you, Cancer? Well, you got the Knight of Swords. Amazing. Like I said, slow down a little bit. Things may be going a little... 8th house, it really is, when you see what's on the other side of your transformation, yes, you can get a little, amazing, eager. But again, what do they used to say? Slow your roll, or whatever that is. This is fine. The Knight of Swords, it's like I said, you're going to have a lot of stimulation, right? The next 2 weeks. This is stimulation, but this is you going for it. This is you being fearless. This is courage, this is bravery. He's going into the storm. Look at the fire under his feet. Nothing's going to stop him, all right? He's got news. He's got an announcement to make. He's got things to learn. He's got things to do. This is the Swords. It's the Knights are all on a mission. And so this is you just blazing forward, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Maybe slow down just a little bit. Remember, it doesn't matter how slow or fast you go, okay? As long as you do not stop. Thank you, Confucius. You have the 5 of Pentacles in your external factors area. So when you do the math here, it does look like something wasn't adding up. And there could have been something that you feel for the next 2 weeks, yeah, holding you back. Something's holding me back from growing, from having my transformation, from having my caterpillar butterfly moment. And so you've got to recognize what that is. This is also indicating there may be some sort of loss here, but it still doesn't stop that enthusiasm. As long as, again, you're self-aware, as long as you are aware of where the cracks are, what's in the blind spots, right? But it does feel like, even with all this Aquarius energy, what I talked about, being true to yourself, honest with yourself, it can have to do with relationships. It can have to do with partnerships. It can have to do with money, your job, your career, whatever it is. What's slowing you down? Yeah? From having this moment. And then also, it's a matter of mindset, mind over matter, okay? Here, there can be something that is going to end. And it's almost like you see it coming, but life just works divinely for you. And you get your way. You have the 7 of Wands. This is valor. This is drawing a line in the stand. This is you standing up for yourself. This fighting spirit that you've got. But it's also, if you feel like you're constantly defending yourself, if you feel like you're constantly in battle, even if it's fun, maybe sibling rivalry, that kind of thing, I feel like there is going to be a little bit of you really acknowledging that around this time and just saying, this is done, it's over, okay? I'm just exhausted, I'm tired, I'm fatigued. So that's why this feels amazing. This is putting you in a whole other reality timeline. You're good. You have the King of Pentacles in your final outcome. So when I say you've got 5 planets in your 8th house of transformation and relationships and money and investments, that's going to be a big highlight for you. You're good. King of Pentacles, he's the richest king. But he's also very practical. He's very pragmatic. He takes care of his people. He takes care of his own. He's got confidence. Look at his hand over the pentacle, right? That's ownership. He holds that golden scepter that creates all this richness and luxuries and abundance, and anything he touches turns to gold. So you're on this trajectory. Something had to go. And even if it's not you, this is your moment to accept whatever that tower moment is truly was meant for you, okay? And that would be you being honest with yourself. Because look at the door, it opens up. Look at the path. That's a lot of pentacles. I'm impressed. Cancer, thanks so much. Next week, we will... Ruby, are you going to... Okay. Next week, we are doing February. And by the way, a lot of y'all are changing jobs. You know that, right? Especially before the end of the month. Okay, I'm glad we have this chat. Why are you looking at me that way? I'm joking, Cancer. Next week we'll do February, and then if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Oh, by the way, yeah, tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. We're gonna I want to look, because these 2 weeks really feel like a month. We're gonna pull, like, we're gonna look at everything. We're gonna look at love, relationships, career, your big message for them. Yeah, anyone's welcome to join. And this is that time, that one time a year where I do say, hey, become a member. I'd love your support. It really does help. It really is. It makes me feel good. And I never ask, like, throughout the year. I just always do it around my birthday. I'm like, hey, join. Anyway, Cancer, y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. I get excited. You're like, yeah. But there is going to be change. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.